sharing secrets with another world.
Hey, Chris Lipe here with some very simple things anybody can do with their voice to get into mixed voice and therefore sing higher more freely.
Make a wish and I count to 3. Press the button and we'll both be happy. Send the signals, here's a dirty trick. I get my love in a digital packet. Trip, switch, trip. What we do when the power's out? What do we do when the lights go? What do we do when the power's out? What do we do when the lights go? Down, 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 down. When the lights go. Down, 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 down. When the lights go.
But before we put the focus on singing higher more freely, we need to experience what mixed voice feels like with normal chest voice notes in our voices. This is going to help us create the posture, the vocal posture, to go way higher. So we're going to practice thickening our vocal cord engagement and thinning out our vocal cord engagement over a single note and a single phrase. Before we do that, if you'd like more help with your voice and you like what you're hearing, what you're feeling, what you're experiencing with the lessons that I give you on YouTube, click the link below and join my free voice course. That's the perfect place to start with me, and we can go way deeper with your voice from there. So click that link below and then continue with the video. All right, let's take a line from this Connor Mason Nothing But Thieves song, single note. We're going to have thick vocal cords, and then we're going to thin them out, or thin the engagement out, okay? Here's me singing the line.
Making waves through the universe. Stop.
Okay? Making waves through the universe. I can hit that in chest voice. Making waves through the universe. Great. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to practice thinning out my vocal cord engagement. What this means is that at some point, I'm going to transfer resonances from chest into head voice, because this is an upper chest note. Making waves through the universe. Making waves through the universe. What have I done? I've backed off pressure. And because I've backed off pressure, but I have not changed the pitch, my vocal cords change position. They thin out. Making waves through the universe. Every voice does this. You might experience a crack, making waves through the universe, while you're dialing it in. That's fine. You want to feel your vocal cords thin out over the same note. That's the first thing we're going to be doing, and practicing this in different places of our range, and just being okay. One note, multiple levels of vocal cord engagement in terms of thickness or thinness. Making waves through the universe. Making waves through the universe. Cool. Let's go a different part of our range. Lower. Making waves through the universe. Making waves through the universe. I'm moderating pressure, not pitch. Here's the next step. Now we're going to go to a different line in this song to illustrate this. Okay. What we do when the power's out. That's all chest voice. And you can bring this around, and you should bring it around to places in your comfortable range. But the way that I sung this and the way that Connor Mason sings this is not that. It's not this belted chest. In other words, we want to think about our mixed voice not necessarily as always higher. We want to think about it as a different tonality, a different resonance. So instead of, you hear me doing it, but instead of what we do when the power's out, it's what we do when the power's out. Yeah! And now let's take this posture. What I've done is I've opened up my nasal passage and I've brought the resonance back toward my soft palate. I'm actually bringing it back as opposed to forward. What we do is forward. It's belty. What we do when the power's Now, what have I done here? In bringing my resonance around, I have thinned my vocal cords. When I replace my resonance, I bring it back and I free my nasality like this. There's a little side effect that happens where my vocal cord engagement becomes thinner, and you can hear it. Thicker, thicker, beltier. My vocal cords are thicker, thinner, thinner. What we do when the power's out, that's mixed voice. What we do when that's chest voice, this is mixed voice. And you hear my voice kind of doing this? Yes, you are feeling out mixed voice because it's a thinner engagement. What we do, what we do, what we do, what we... And there's an element of airflow control here that helps you dial this in without cracking. But if you are cracking a little bit or warbling while you're dialing this in, this is good. Practice taking a note that's just a little higher than the other note. What we do in the power, what we do in the power's out. What we do in the power, what we do in the power's out. Once you have that posture and that feel, you can go higher and higher with thinner vocal cord engagement, which is what your head voice does. That's why when you go higher by default, you flip into head voice. But if we think about this sort of vocal posture in our normal chest voice, get that down, and then we go higher and higher and higher and higher. We harness the support, the airflow management, and the power of our chest voice in the vocal posture, thin vocal cords, of our head voice. Experiment with this. Give it some time. Let me know what you think. We'll see you for more.